Hello, hello everyone. Let's get to the main page here and we can get started. Let's get rid of studio mode. Let's get rid of these hearts here. And today my co-host today is Asher again, just like yesterday, I believe. Do you hear yourself? Yeah, on the stream. Oh yeah, that's right, that's right. But yeah, I believe it was yesterday. So we have Asher back again. Asher's going to be a recurring, I guess, what was supposed to be a guest appearance is now really like, it's going to be a permanent thing for the foreseeable future. It's not, the audio is not showing. Ugh. Oh gosh, why? Nothing, I can never have one stream with without one issue. But without further ado, do you guys want SPS while we try to get these tech issues ready or figured out? Yeah, that's true. Computers have issues. That's what they do. But at the same time, they're computers. They should already know what to do. There shouldn't be any jank. Oh yeah, that's right. Priest does not have, or Tree does not have the doesn't have the Tetris gym, so we can't do SPS, which is totally fine with me. Hey, oh my gosh, I'm doing it now. Hey, Austin, how you doing? You guys' names, man. Just out of curiosity, can you guys hear my co-hosts? Oh. Oh, okay. Ugh. I think the only way I'm going to be able to fix this is if I restart the stream, and honestly, I don't want to do that. I'm going to see if... I'm just going to turn him up. And we're going to turn off the music so there's no feedback in that way. So rip the music. We're going to turn him up.
I could also disconnect my AirPod to see if that's the problem.
Oh, try that.
Okay. How about now? Can you hear me?
Nope. So yeah, I'm just going to have your audio, whatchamacallit. I'm going to have your audio, not go through the computer. It's just going to go through the speakers.
Right.
Yeah, it's just going to go through my desktop speakers, and hopefully the everyone can hear. It's going to be quiet. I mean, I have it on max, but it's not going to be the, what can you do at this point? Oh, good. All right, without further ado, let's get started. Oh, I forgot to get rid of the hearts. Let's get rid of that really quick. So no SPS. Your options for Oak is 12 and 15. Who has the higher PB?
Were you asking me that question?
Um, oh no, I was trying to type it into chat.
Okay.
Rogue is 355, and what about Tree? 501. So Tree has the first level select. Oh, I don't know either. All right, we're starting with level 15. Once both players are ready, we can get started. We got ready from RoguePotato. Tree. His cursor's on the 15, so I'm going to assume that he is ready as well. All right, let's get started. For game number 1, Oak 1, set 1. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. The players are off. Yeah, sometimes with OBS, sometimes it decides it uh, doesn't want to accept audio sometimes, and sometimes it
Right.
does. So like I just don't know. Like I can't like I would troubleshoot it, but I don't know how to artificially uh, get that bug to work on my terms. So like
Yeah.
I would like to prevent it. If I like have to open it, or if I need to open OBS in a certain way or something like that, I'll do it. But at the moment, it's an enigma. Rogue
Right. It is
currently
what it is.
uh, Rogue currently at 15,000, Tree 43. Rogue with a messy stack has a lot of digging ahead of him, and this is looking dangerous for Potato. A lot of mischiefs, and
Mm.
Rogue tops out at 17,000. Tree, you're good for game number 1. GG's. Rogue is choosing 12. Oops. Bayfield 2. Here we go. Yeah, Rogue is choosing 12. Rogue is ready. Oliver is ready. Let's get started. For game number 2. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Tree is buffering. Oh, here we go. Tree immediately with the push down points. Also, too, we have. I picked up a match tomorrow at 8 p.m. I believe, and it's going to be against Arboro and Marts, two players that have been around the community for a long time, and um, it's a silver match. Marts, honestly, I don't know how long he's been around, but like from the second I started following the scene, he was everywhere. He was doing like Tetris Deathmatch, which is like a monthly tournament for that anyone can join. Um, just he was everywhere, and uh, I had a chance to play him. What was it? Maybe a couple months ago, and of course he beat me. He he. I don't know how long he's been doing it for, but uh, he before I finished that thought, RoguePotato currently at 22,000, Tree 78. Rogue is in a precarious situation right now. Hangs a long bar, and that's going to be it for Rogue. Rogue tops out at 24,000. Tree, you're good for game number 2. So their level select goes back to Tree. I wait, who started off with who? Yeah, it goes back to Tree. 15 is level select. Tree is ready. Oliver, yeah, Tree's ready. Potato's ready. Let's get started for game number 3 and match point. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. What was I saying before? Oh yeah, so Mart's he's been around forever. I'm excited to play him next. It's been forever since I've last played him, and a lot has changed. The I've improved. I bet he has improved. So I'm excited to see. I'm excited for my next match with him.
Right. Over time, I feel like everyone, if you put in the hours, everyone's going to improve at the game. So it's always going to be harder the next time you play a person.
The thing is, I don't know where this came from, but I believe Martz has been like how can I put this? He's been put into what some streamers call the Kaka crew. He's been labeled as such because I guess it's because of his inconsistency in when playing competitively, like with level 18 and stuff. Um, I don't look at him that way. I think he's a. I think Martz is a quality player. Uh, but I don't know if he's labeled that. Out of if there's like I'm not sure if like there's an inside joke behind that or anything like that. So I'm sure he doesn't mind. I
Yeah.
mean, he seems like he's laid back. So I don't like when I hear people say that. I know there must be like some like there must be something behind it.
Right. Like he missed one game against someone that he was close with, and a joke can start at any point, really. So maybe it was like that, or maybe people are actually just making fun of him because he's on a drought, and even if he is on a drought, it's kind of just, you know, people recover from droughts all the time. It just takes a little more effort.
Right. Um, RoguePotato currently at 45,000. Tree 112. Um, Tree is just about to pass the 100, not the 150 line mark. For a second, I didn't know what Tree was doing when he decided to delay.
Oh,
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 a couple of
Rogue
missed
tops
drops there
out.
for Rogue, and Rogue tops out at 47,000.
Oh, was it 47? I completely missed it.
Yes.
Okay. Now that's why you're here, because if you didn't catch that, I would have been I would have been forced to give that game to Tree either way, um, because uh, yeah, if I don't see the score, that's technically like null. So
No.
like if the player X's out of the screen before the commentator sees it, that's like an automatic loss. Unfortunately, they really
Gotcha.
enforced that during in like in the higher leagues like Division 1, 2, and 3 and all that. But yeah, just be careful. Yeah, just be careful.
Yeah.
So we're going with level 12. Well, so yeah, Tree wins set number 1. Let me write this down really quick and the time. Let me write this down. It was 3-0, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay. All right, let's get game number 2 or set number 2 ready. Both players are ready for set number 2. Game number 1. I'm forgetting
Uh, who,
something.
who who got the speed choice here? Who's this one, Rogue?
So I believe Oliver had the higher PB, so now is Rogue has the first choice.
Okay.
So Rogue is choosing 12. Acceptable. Let's get started for game number 1. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Push down points for Tree. I'm actually looking to match this one tonight, but no one was available, unfortunately.
Mm.
I'm not gonna be free tomorrow. The plan was to do a match today and then socialize tomorrow. But yeah, that's not happening. So
Mm. Unfortunate. No one wants to test your immaculate Tetris skills. They're scared of you. They're scared of you. That's the problem.
oh, you're right. You're right. I guess when I whatchamacallit. I guess when I showed them my near 600k PB, it scared them. It, but Tree.
Oh,
Speaking of getting scared, oh no, and that's it for Tree. Tree tops out at 18,000. Rogue, you're good for game number 1. Man, that was not smooth at all. I was hoping to transition that that scary that scare comment into giving an update in the score, but that just flatlined quite hard.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate. There were some messy points on the board and just unable to recover.
Yeah, Tree. Yeah, Rogue, you're good for game number 1. Perfect. All right. Where did. Okay, both players are ready. Let's get started for game number 2 and level 12 selection. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. There's playfield 1. Where did playfield. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. I forgot the way OBS is the way that I have OBS set up is that like each uh every player's board is like in a specific file, but
Right.
I forgot that one of my files or the player's files contains not only the hearts but uh, other uh, other preferences. So I was kind of confused on, you know, I was confused by that. So yeah, that's why I was confused. If I sounded confused, anyway. Um, Row currently at 46,000, Tree 48. Clean game so far for these players.
Indeed. And I'll switch topics a little bit. I'm not sure if you remember. I do. In who we commentated before, I know it was Tree and it was another player, and both of them, what their chosen speed was, they won on every time. So I don't remember if Tree chose 15 or 12 before, but I know each player won their own speeds every time.
That's true.
If that makes any sense.
Yes. I don't remember what the. Yeah, I don't remember what the previous level selections were. Or we can technically check the chat to verify that, but um, yeah, I think that's. I mean, I said this before on the previous stream, like that. Sometimes you need to speed up the game in order to perform better,
Right.
and it worked out for uh, Tree, I believe, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Rogue currently at 110, Tree 62. Something I've noticed too is that these both of these players are DAS players.
All right, fill me in on the lingo.
Oh yeah, so where's I can pull up the dictionary. This is a perfect opportunity to pull up the Tetris dictionary. I was able to. Well,
While you do that, I'll make a nice little comment here. Tree was very lucky right before this to get that line piece because he was getting high, and Tree very high now, and Tree's going to top out at 79,000.
crap. I look away for 1 second. Where? Oh, I sent it to you through a text message. That's why I can't find it.
Mm.
All right, both players are have topped out. Game number 2 goes to Tree. Or Rogue, I mean. Let's get set started for game number 3. Are we sticking with 12? All right, let's get started for game number 3 and match point. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So I found a definition for DAS.
Okay.
So you may or may not know the term rolling. I think I've mentioned that to you.
You have.
It's a relatively new way of playing the game, which is pretty much using the back to oversimplify it is to use the back of the controller or use the back of the controller um, as if it was like a giant button pretty much, and it gives you more. It gives you the ability to fling pieces left and right pretty much more easily.
Yes. Right.
Um, um, the way the game, the standard way the game used to be played um, is basically, holding the controller traditionally and just, um, you know, you use the
Playing.
controller
Yeah.
in a standard way. You don't flip it. You don't do anything like that. That is called
Yeah.
DAS, or
Okay.
and that's
An
it's an
acronym.
is acronym for delayed auto shifts.
How come they don't call it just playing Tetris as it was designed to be played?
Because there is a lot there's a technique to playing DAS. There's a lot of like timing mechanics. You kind of mess with um you kind of take advantage of like how the game is programmed with with the timing mechanics, and if you do it right you can fling pieces over more quickly if you and it's a whole art, and I couldn't be bothered learning it, to be honest. And if I you know when I was deciding which method I should choose, I wanted the most flexibility when playing the game. I want, like, if I make a blunder, I want to be able to fix it right away, and DAS doesn't really give you that ability.
Right.
So that's why I chose rolling. But for some people, for a lot of new players anyway, uh, it just, playing DAS is just more comfortable, and I respect that.
Yeah.
Like the what you need, like the mechanics behind DAS, and like um yeah, the mechanics behind DAS and all that stuff is just a marvel to me. It really is.
Yeah.
But I just know I just can't do it. Priest in a little bit of trouble here. Currently at 121. Um, is going to recover? Question mark.
It seems like it should be, knock on wood, perfectly fine for Tree. It's relatively familiar sight, I guess you could say.
I mean, I think we've seen Tree in the past, get out of digs like this.
Right. Yes, that's what I was trying to say.
Um,
And he's going to. Good
un-
job by Tree there.
and that is a new term for you as well, a dig.
Yes. I,
When a
I have heard you say that one. I have picked that one up, so I can add that one to my checked off boxes of understanding Tetris.
So here's a pop quiz. What is a drought?
Uh, when you're not getting either, mostly it's a line piece, but it could be any piece, really, I assume. But it's a long period where you don't get the piece that you want or need.
Um, it's close. I
Okay,
would give that, like, if I had to grade that response, it would have to be a B.
I'll take a
It's,
B. B is passing. Oh,
oh,
bit of a misplacement there for Rogue.
potato is going to recover from this. Is going to kind of recover from this. So has a lot of digging to do.
Oh, misplacement there. And Rogue is going to top out. Tree will get the win here.
What was the score? I totally missed it.
Believe it was 160,000.
Okay. Yeah, tree's good for game number 3. GG's. Both players are ready. Let's get started. Three, two, one. Tetris.
All right, as the game starts, we can continue why I didn't get an A on my Tetris quiz.
Yes. So yes, it is. A drought is when you don't get a specific piece for a long period of time, it's but for this term specifically, it refers to eyepieces,
Okay, so the long bars.
pretty much.
Okay.
So if a person's in a drought, typically they're referring to the they haven't gotten a long bar in like X amount of pieces or whatever.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Nice skim for Tree. Tree currently at 20,000. Rogue 46. We haven't seen this yet, but there's this thing called a Vitz where, well, do you know what tucks are? Do you know what I mean when I say
Like Tree just did right there, I think. Tree just performed a tuck, I believe.
yes?
Where you, yeah.
So when you have an eyepiece, or when you have a one row column, or I'm sorry, no. How do I put this? Is the term in here? I don't think they. Yeah, tuck is moving a piece left or right underneath an underhang
Right.
just before it locks. In terms of a Vitz, Vitz is when you have a tuck set up for an eyepiece specifically.
Interesting. I don't know how you would talk eyepiece. I feel like that would be extremely difficult.
Um, hmm. If I see a possible eye tuck setup, I'll point it out. But these players' boards are pretty good. There's no need for an eye tuck. Tree currently at 99, Rogue 95.
A very even game to this point for both players. Very clean as well. I don't think I've really seen any brutally ugly boards at this point.
Yeah, there's no good examples for an eye tuck. I would pull up the like a board to give you an example, but I don't
We
have
can
the
worry
setup for
about that
that.
later. Maybe you can point it out to me when it happens at some point, at any point really. If an eye tuck ever happens, it'll be like, oh my god, right there, look.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one meme with DiCaprio? The whistling. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I am unaware.
Ah, I'll send you one later.
That's what I should have. I should have a setup where, or a scene where you can see my screen and still have the player screens shown.
Would that even be possible?
I think so. I think what I would do would be to not top out actually. And oh no, it looks like that's going to happen to Rogue. Rogue tops out at 135. Tree, you're good for game number 4. And we're heading into a decider.
I believe it's going to be my first ever deciding game as a commentator here.
Ooh.
And, I mean, right now, I'm not sure if anyone's watching the Stanley Cup playoffs hockey, but whenever there's a game 7, I'll always turn it on just because it always means the most as these winner-go-home type of games, and now we have one here in Tetris, so I'm excited for this one.
Mm-hmm. Both players are ready, and we're sticking with 12. Looks like that's the case. Let's get started. Tetris spot? Oh, there you go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Nice burn for Tree. Tree currently at 16,000.
How about that one? Give me what is a burn exactly?
So a burn, before I try to give my dog crap definition, I want to make sure. Oh, I like this definition better. So a burn is when one, two, or three lines are cleared at once, sacrificing the potential of those lines to score Tetris.
Gotcha. And that would be to clean up, correct?
Correct.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that.
Speaking of cleaning up, Tree is going to need to do a little bit of cleaning up here. While on the other board, Rogue, 64,000.
Tree with a channel. It's going to expose it, but didn't use that L to open it. It's waiting for the long bar, gets it. Oh crap, did I curse before? Did I say the S word?
What?
This is supposed to be family friendly. I'm not supposed to say bad words.
If you did say, I didn't hear.
Okay,
I think
good.
you're being gaslit.
I don't want Jeff Bezos to flag me. Jeff, I'm I'm family friendly, I swear. Tree almost out of this dig. Currently at 39,000, Rogue 89. Ooh, mischiefs for Rogue. Horrible square piece to try to resolve this board.
Both players are pretty high up on their boards.
I don't
So this
think.
is getting a little bit tense here.
Oh no, Rogue
Oh my
hangs
goodness.
the
And
eye.
there's Rogue, so it's going to be a chase down for Tree. A 45,000 point chase down for Tree. Rogue ended his run on exactly 91,000 points.
I'm afraid to say anything.
I know I am too. I really don't want to jinx anything.
Oh gosh, the long bar dependency. Alright, he's going to burn it down. Good choice.
Just needs that well open, and it's not looking good to see that well getting closed like this.
Oh no, no long bar dependency. It hangs the
Oh my goodness,
J, and
no.
that is it. That is it for Tree. Oh, what a shame. GG's for effort though.
Definitely, absolutely. And I believe Rogue in set 2, Rogue won the first 2, Tree won games 3 and 4. So this one goes back to Rogue. If I'm 100% on that, I could be lying.
What was the score? Yeah, Tree won the first set, and now Rogue won the second set in a decider.
Gotcha. Definitely a very, very anxiety-driven game there at the end for Game 5 of set 2. Just purely based on the height of both players' boards. But definitely a round of applause to both players. Some good Tetris today.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for efforts from the commentators. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, no problem. Until next time, guys.
Thanks for tuning in.